My name is Paul Kiel. My wife Patty and I attend the White House campus of Bethel Bible Church. We've been there since it began, and we've been at Bethel since the early days, the beginning. We were one of the original families. I was 28 years old when we started Bethel and just turned 68 this year, so it's been a long, good run. I think it was 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. I was on the trustee board and serving a 6-year term. And years 4 and 5, I had been the chairman of the trustee board. Years 5, I was it again because nobody else would step up and be it. So it was 2 years, and while you got all the support of everybody on the board, it's a lot of pressure on a person to feel like you're in charge and you have that weight on your back. I didn't realize how much it had affected me until 2011. We had a lot of hard things happen in our family. My mom died. My oldest son went through a divorce. Things at work were not good. And the straw that broke the camel's back was the chairman of the board. I do work on the parole board. Called me one afternoon at 2 o'clock and said, for the good of the board, I'm going to transfer you to San Antonio. And I mean, it was just like a slap in the face. I went into an actual depression. I mean, I lost energy. I could barely even get up. I wasn't sleeping at night. It was horrible. But the cool thing is Patty stood right beside me. I mean, through the whole thing, she was a rock. And the friends that we had made, those friends that we had developed over the last 30 years, were there beside us. They prayed with us. They helped us move. They did everything. They checked on us for the next couple of months. I mean, I'd get text messages in the middle of the day and phone calls, and even Ross counseled with me, helped me work through some of that stuff, and introduced me to one of their good friends in San Antonio. And so we went to San Antonio, and I was just a broken man. And but God was working, and you know, He gave me a respite. Became a part of a life group in San Antonio, and just slowly but surely, God brought me back to full health. I think one of the first verses I memorized was Romans 8:28, that God causes all things to work together to those that are called by Him for His purpose. And I'd always used, you know, that verse in hard times and troubled times, and knowing that it's going to work out. But one of the things that really occurred to me then was the verses right before Romans 8:28. Romans 8:26 and 27. It says, likewise the Spirit helps us in our weakness, for we do not know what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit Himself intercedes for us with groanings too deep for words. And He who searches the heart knows what is the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God. I know that there's people out there today that are struggling with their marriage is not doing great, their job's not good, maybe they've got kids that are rebelling some, and maybe they're kids that don't feel like their parents understand what they're doing. God has given us each other to help us go through that, and that's one of the best things about life groups. One of the best things about a church is being able to be real and get the help that we need in time of trouble. And to know that the Holy Spirit is working to accomplish God's will in our life. Even through the tough times, we can rest and trust that He is working to accomplish God's will in our life.